It's 8:36 on Friday morning, the day after our camping, and today we're going to be spending recovering everything and getting everything back to normal after our camping vacation. One of the first things you have to do when you come back from vacation is mountains and mountains of laundry. Although I think this is the last load that needs to be washed currently, and we're hanging the laundry out, airing it out, drying it, and we'll fold it later. The echinacea really blossomed a lot while we were gone. The chickens managed to escape. Our neighbor was babysitting our chicks, and they managed to escape 2 days in a row. Somehow they managed to find a hole. And then this morning they escaped again. Naughty chickens. The garden also grew by leaps and bounds in just a week. Well, we weren't gone a week, but in 4 days. And today I have to pick the zucchini. And as soon as the beans dry off, I'll pick the beans. And the cucumbers are finally flowering and starting to grow up the trellis. My second crop of beans I planted before I left came up very nicely. Whole beans have begun to flower. The only bad thing is my spinach didn't come up very well. So I'm going to go ahead and replant that this morning. Now that we have removed the chickens from the garden, my leaf lettuce is finally starting to grow, as well as my beets. I think I might have to plant more beets though, because we really enjoyed those this year. Before we left, we harvested our first head of cauliflower. I've got another one to pick today. And I said something to Art about, did he like it? And what did you think?
It was really good. When I was a kid, I didn't like vegetables that much. But I found that if you work for them, you work hard for the vegetables, they taste a lot better. And I think they're better if they're homegrown too and fresh.
Check out that squash plant. That grew like a monster while we were gone.
The zucchinis grew well while we were gone. There's one here. And another one. Some of the weeds did well too while we were gone.
Tried growing a new type of squash, and those are the little patty pans. And I have a patty pan. I'm not sure when you're supposed to harvest them, so I've got to look that up. But that was kind of exciting. The bad thing that I found in my garden, you know what that creature is? That's a bad cucumber beetle. They are very bad. They spread disease amongst plants. Apparently after I kicked the chickens out, they came in.
We're done picking our beans. Lydia helped hold the bucket. And we got a whole big bucket full. Well, it's one of the smaller buckets, but it's still almost full. It's pretty heavy too.
Yes, I can.
For a little row of beans.
And there's our crop of zucchinis.
And I've even tried to keep on top of pruning them, but they seem to have overtaken even my best efforts. My zinnias are really starting to flower. Not much happening yet with the marigolds, but I see there are some buds here starting to come. And over here we did have one pretty marigold flower right there. Remember, I started these from seeds, so they're doing pretty well. Basil started to go to flower, no biggie. My lettuce is doing very nice. Not much happening with the eggplant, but it had a slow start. And the peppers have grown really well too. More lettuce here. Looks like the radishes need to get all picked. And another squash plant which is doing outstanding. Although I don't see any fruit on it yet, but I'm sure it's coming soon.
Yesterday we just unloaded stuff off the trailer and put it in the barn. Now we have to take care of it. We set the tent out to dry.
Coming back from vacation, there's no food in the house, and it's always kind of chaotic trying to figure out what we're going to do for meals that first day or two. So this seems a little desperate for lunch, but this is what we're eating for lunch. I had an already cooked pie crust that I needed to do something with, and before we left I had taken some chicken and it was already cooked and I just froze it. So what I'm doing is I took some of that chicken out, I'm mixing it with some barbecue sauce. I'm going to take that barbecue chicken, put it in the pie crust, throw some cheese onto it, and quick bake it in the oven, and voila, you've got part of lunch. Don't worry, we're going to throw some vegetables in there too. All right, now see, that doesn't look too bad, does it?
That looks edible.
Yep. Barbecue chicken, some cheese. We'll toast it all up, and that's part of lunch. Barbecue chicken, cheesy pie, I guess you can call it that. And I think everybody will like it. And we have a side of some nice red peppers, a salad, and whatever else Daddy could find in the refrigerator. Well, Art decided that we needed to hit the reset button for the entire family, so we're all in the car doing a few errands. Hopefully that will settle everybody down and we can accomplish some stuff tonight. It's always crazy when you get back from camping. Everybody's just very discombobulated and
wild.
Yeah, wild. I was absolutely exhausted this afternoon. It's just the lack of sleep all week finally caught up to me. So Grace and I curled up in bed this afternoon until I heard some thunder. I quick looked at the radar and noticed that they had just put out a tornado warning for our area. So as I'm looking, all of a sudden I realize it's just starting to rain. So I hollered to the kids, got the kids, we ran outside and scooped up all the laundry that we were drying outside, and there was 4 loads of it all over the deck, all over the clothes. And we ran outside and scooped everything up and only got a little wet. But I was not expecting that when I went to take a nap. In fact, the sky is looking rather ominous again, and I looked at the radar, and it's not a tornado warning yet, but we've got some more weather coming in. We ended up getting a couple videos at the library, and while I was waiting for the kids to log in their reading minutes upstairs, I browsed the new book section, and lo and behold, what did I find? But this book, Year of No Sugar. It's a new book, and it says the adventure of her family, the roadblocks they encountered, and the sheer daily difficulty of overcoming a national obsession. I'm really excited about reading this because we haven't cut out sugar entirely, but we really eat a pretty low sugar diet. So I'm curious to see what this book is about, and I'll have to let you guys know if it was worth your time reading or not. Now we're making a quick stop at the post office since we had a couple things sell on eBay while we were gone camping, and looks like it's pretty busy here today. Lots of traffic on Friday night in Burnt Hills. We've got to stop at the music store and drop off a repair and pick up a few repairs. But it looks like everybody's eager to head home from work, ready to start their weekend. All hands on deck. We're all trying to help get dinner ready. Again, we didn't have a lot to eat around here, so we're making a tuna noodle casserole. Mary is playing with her purses. Hi, Mary. And Grace is trying to be very patient. And, well, somebody started folding the laundry, but that didn't get finished. Okay, Grace, we're almost done. Then I'll feed you. And there's Lydia just kind of chilling, hanging out. Looks like she might be doing some coloring and stickers. Here's our spread of dinner. A few strawberries, some sauteed zucchini and garlic, fresh green and yellow green beans, and our tuna noodle casserole, which the kiddos did most of it, and it looks really good. What do you think?
We'll find out.
Mary seems to be excited about dinner. She's got an empty plate. She's ready to eat. We just finished dinner, and this is what we have for leftovers. We ate about half of the zucchini, maybe a quarter to a third of the beans, and then about half of the casserole. And that fed all 7 of us. It's pretty amazing that we have that much left.
It was good.
You liked it? What about you, Pete?
Good.
What do you think, Mary? Was it good? She's having fun with her shell noodles. But that's seconds for her. She's still working on it.
That's thirds.
That's thirds? Wow. You must have been a hungry girl. Yeah, water. Did you have water?
I have water. Milk.
It's not very often a pink limousine parks in front of your house. I wonder how much Mary Kay you have to sell to buy that one. What are you doing, Mary? Are you cold? There they go.
Why did they go there since they had